Hey, what's going on here? I got this thing all messed up. All right. Welcome to another Flash Hour Live. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, if you are not used to what we do here for Flash Hour, we go over state of the trenches, kind of just allows everybody to funnel in while we just discuss what's going on around the Solana ecosystem, maybe more broadly. And then we get into a overview, which is a highlight of something that the team here at Flash Trade wants to bring to your attention. Then we get into what did we get done this week, and my favorite, what's coming. The what's coming is kind of the roadmap. It's a short-term roadmap to understand like what direction the Flash team is headed in, and I like that one a lot because we're able to inform you of where our head's at and even bounce or get some feedback, which is pretty nice. And without further ado, I don't know, Zaheib is not here today, but Anas is here. Sir, make sure you're audible. You're muted at the second. There you go.
Yep, GM everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Although crypto markets are down, some are up. So, yep.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's a bunch of sideways action, especially today. Just watch out for that manipulation on today. Don't get too complacent. Don't put in those crazy longs because today's the perfect day. The very thin liquidity, easy to manipulate, and that's across the board of depending on what's opening or closing. If you were with me at DGen Hour, you did see that there was some market maker activity. You can easily see it on the short time frame when they go after the liquidation bands across the exchanges. If you follow along with me during DGen Hour, we do talk about Leviathan or Leviathan charts, and it points out across all the major exchanges where those liquidation levels are, and you can see in real time with me how they hunt you down. So we always try to keep that in mind as a good indicator. Zaheib, how are you doing?
At GM, everyone, doing fine.
Great weekend. We got a lot done. More than expected. Got a bunch done. We got ADA listed. We got what is it, Tron on V2, I should say.
Yeah, quite some listings, and had to drop a few because of Memorial Day today. So yeah, we'll have a lot more to the week.
Yeah. Yep. Memorial Day in the United States. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Hopefully you are spending it with your family. But getting into state of the trenches, it's U.S. spot Solana ETFs recorded their biggest week ever with 58 million in net inflows. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Actually, I would say it's like mediocre. I don't know why. Everybody's kind of, I mean, it's all-time high, but if you really think about it, I want to hit that Billy mark. That would make me super bullish. But 58's not too bad. We're on our way there. Coliseum saw a record 2,000. This is all, by the way, 100% of this is because of vibe coding. Coliseum saw
a recorded. That was a very interesting disclosure before getting onto it.
100%, because I actually looked through a ton of the different projects, and I was like, these are unbelievably vibe coded. 2,857 submissions for Solana Frontier. Most of them were like unfinished, or there's so much too, because I was feeding some of these into Claude just to like do a cursory like overview if I found it interesting. And it's so funny because Claude even calls it out and literally says this is vibe coded. That's the funniest part. Claude can like identify its own kind of like the way it does things. So Arkham Mainnet Alpha exceeded over 200K in encrypted computations. The reason I wanted to highlight that, or I wanted to put that in here, is because just like what do you call it? Encrypted communications private transfers, things like that are really starting to come to the forefront as we move into a dystopian society where nothing is sacred and all of your internet's stuff is laid bare. I think Arkham is definitely going to become a major player in, I guess, is it Arceum, or is it just Arkham? Do you know?
It's Archeum.
Arceum. Okay.
It's very hard to pronounce, by the way. And
Yeah.
this is something that
I can
a lot
never
of
remember.
companies, a lot of companies needs to understand that their name should be something like that comes out instantly,
Yeah,
like bubble,
flash
like,
trade.
yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, to be honest.
That's something that people have to do. Yeah.
Arceum, I just think privacy in general is going to become, it's paramount that we really start, if we are moving into a quote unquote decentralized space. Privacy is going to get, on a distributed ledger where all of that information is publicly available. We definitely are going to need privacy, plain and simple. Collector crypt surpasses 1 billion in total platform volume. If you're unaware with Collector Crypt, it
I
is
have no
essentially just an RWA play, kind of like Pokemon cards and things like that. But the crazy part is we've been saying NFTs are dead. I still actually firmly believe NFTs are dead. But the RWA play is potentially this cycle's kind of and maybe this one sticks. I don't know, because we had NFT season, then we had kind of meme coin season. We might actually see that kind of RWA real world collectible season where in real world collectibles, just something to keep your eye on if you are looking for those.
Max, I think there is something wrong with your mic. It's muffling. Might have something with your connection, I guess.
Let me make
Ah,
sure.
it's good. It's good now. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I just got to keep my face from turning away. So yeah, if you are looking for kind of those state of the trenches plays, we had called this out about 3 weeks ago for the RWA plays. Solana RWA ecosystem hits a new all-time high of 2.8 billion in total volume. That is including things like obviously on-chain equities, commodities and metals. So all of it together is 2.8 billion plus. So Solana Foundation signed an LOI to bring Kazakhstan, good Lord, Kazakhstan Tangi stablecoin to Solana. So that's pretty cool. Looks like there's a lot of interest in Kazakhstan, a lot of development going on there, a lot of people moving there too. Do you guys know much about Kazakhstan?
Yep. I just love their cuisine. By the way, we
Oh,
were
really?
expected to visit the event, but yeah, it's because of the uncertainty in the travel and all the things we skipped. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a good play overall. It's like a neutral government which has made an easier access for crypto companies to come and register, pretty similar to what Dubai has to offer, UAE
Yeah.
has to offer in terms of getting your company startup and having your rails for banking up. So that is the direction where Kazakhstan is actually making everything much easier for everyone. And they do have, like I think the president of the Solana Foundation, Lily, has some very interesting, links with their officials, and that is what is being worked on, I guess.
Very cool. Okay, so it's definitely a Solana Foundation kind of thing. All right. There's always a cabal somewhere. It just matters, where.
Cabal is something that everyone needs to grow, like
Yeah,
it's
you grow your own
impossible to.
cabal. You got a cabal over there. You guys combine. Now you're one big cabal. Let's see. Sunrise DeFi brings Uni and Bill to Solana blockchain through wormhole. I mean, essentially, we've called it out here a few times. It's not a poo-poo in any way. We're not trying to, but it's just a wormhole wrapper, and they're going out getting the largest traded, tokens out there, and they're just bringing it to Solana. So that is what Sunrise DeFi has been doing. They've been doing a great job. They have one mission, and that's to get all those tokens onto Solana. So, and they've been doing a really good job at doing so. I guess the only thing is bringing me liquidity. So
Also, anyone looking to trade uni perps on Solana? Anyone in the audience?
Anyway, I'm sure a lot of people are actually. I'm sure that's a good one actually to maybe keep an eye on. But drop a comment in the chat if you are looking to trade some uni perps
Uni,
on B2.
Uniswap. Yep.
Uni perps. What about Bill? I don't even know what Bill is, if I'm just being honest.
I have no idea what you do.
Yeah. I guess Sunrise must have seen a lot of trading volume, so that would be my guess. Let's see. And then MoonPay. This is crazy. MoonPay is really making some pretty big moves, throwing around some heavy capital. But MoonPay becomes the first crypto on-ramp integrated with ChatGPT's App Store. Kind of a big deal, actually. I do obviously assume that others will follow suit, but yeah, MoonPay is on top of it. Good Lord. They're acquiring a bunch of different companies. They're really expanding their portfolio. And from all things considered, they are not slowing down. Solana devs open registration for Solana Summer School. If you are looking to vibe code your way into being a bazillionaire, go ahead and check that out. Solana Summer School. I thought it was pretty cool. It was worth adding if you are looking to get into the vibe code space, or if you're a current developer and just need to brush up on your skills. Let's go. While the market is down, is the best time to build. So margin fees have been slashed. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, this is a very epic update that has been done just yesterday. Now the margin fees are almost slashed by 2x on base on all the assets that we have listed, and that means when you're holding your positions over a longer period of time, you would be charged almost 2x less amount fees, which gives you a better chance at getting your PNL up faster and making holding your trades for longer time. And yep, that this has been done after basically analyzing everything that we have so far, and the fees has been slashed both on V1 and V2 as we speak. So yeah, go ahead and have your longs or shorts open over weeks if you want. You won't be charged higher fees now.
Yeah,
But
that's the
Absolutely,
biggest thing.
and I think this is the thing we've been discussing for so long regarding how funding payments kind of come into picture. The whole funding mechanism to balance out OIs and have better incentive for LPs. This is a step towards that direction, where we kind of try to match the funding rates across the ecosystem and have comparable rates for holding your positions. And yes, as we move towards the migration plan, we should be having the funding system also kind of in place soon.
for sure, for sure. Yep, and like there was a lot of requests from many users that they wanted to hold their equity perps or perps on crypto for a longer period of time, and the fees was an hindrance, and hence after much backtesting and figuring it out, we now have one of the lowest fees in the sector on the margin rate as well, which is kind of like funding fees that people pay when they hold their positions over a longer period of time. So yeah, happy to have these fees slashed, and we'll have more details coming up through docs and announcements over this week as well. Max is wiring up his mic.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
The little one got bit by a spider, so
oh my
apologies.
god.
Yeah, it's okay. We're just figuring out what to do with it, but she's fine. But yes, sorry. Margin fees. I apologize for the momentary interruption. The biggest thing for me is that I can hold positions longer. Is really a big unlock, and of course, for Imperial, I know Imperial is saying that was one of their big unlocks too. So I'm sure that they will be super happy.
Yeah,
that we
I think
did
I
that.
think we'll have to make a specific announcement around this, Max, which basically
Oh, for sure.
clearly shows how low the fees is before and after. So as I said, you can basically ask F stats, and you can get the amount of decrement that has happened, and then we
Yeah.
can get out with the post. And yeah, for this week, the important things that we are being done is there has been huge UI upgrades that are being pushed on V2 beta, because there was always this ask that, although everything is changed behind the scene with respect to how the Flash's whole program works on the ER, we also wanted to give a very, very neat facelift upgrade. So there is some more upgrades that are coming in as we speak, which would alleviate your user experience and make perps trading seamlessly sexy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big one for me, obviously, big unlock is the side, but there's much more. I mean, we're talking
Yeah,
about
it's
new
it's
facelift for most of it.
it's in the pipeline, and we are very happy on the direction that we have chosen so far. It
Yeah.
is looking phenomenal, and we've been getting very good feedback around how good the things are looking from the UX perspective. Before, it used to look a bit different on the V1, but V2
Hmm.
looks super fresh. And yeah, we are very happy about how everything has come out to be. And yeah, the next
And look
important
for a
thing is,
big
as we
mobile
speak,
uplift too. So the mobile,
yes,
I saw the mobile uplift that Anas was giving. That's a huge for me, since mobile is like half of our use space. That's a massive one, a massive unlock. Because mobile sometimes can, we love desktop because it looks beautiful, but most people
yeah,
use mobile, so we got to make sure that's on point.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, with all that, migration plan is under works, and we had a different direction that we were taking, which was reverted because the community was against it. The basic idea was to, remove the SFLP mechanism that we had and replace it with just one FLP. But since seems a lot of people want to have SFLP, and we had this thing that was almost done, which was not incorporating SFLP into it, but now just step back a little bit to get it back as well, so that the users are happy, because we have to make sure that what they like about Flash Trade should be there. So that
Yeah.
is being kept, and the migration is under works. Any any deadlines that Zoheb wants to share, feel free to share, because I have not much idea on that.
I just thought that was really funny. Did you guys expect, I'm just curious from your point of view, did you expect that level of pushback from the community? Did you think that SFLP was really going to be, cuz like for me I was a little shocked. I
Like
didn't realize.
we knew there would be a pushback, because change in any direction makes everyone bit uh, you know uneasy with things, and this
Mhm.
was a big change overall. But it was all done in the direction of making things easier and better. But
Yeah,
it
of course,
seems
of course.
people want to be with that, so we don't have any issues moving forward with it. But yeah,
No,
so
no
with
issues with it.
every
I just thought I was actually pretty shocked. I mean, cuz it's like
no no
I didn't
with
expect it to
see,
be that big of a
with
deal.
with yeah, with every change there will always be resistance, and we have to make sure we
No,
do
we're
what is
listening.
right for the company, and that is what we have been doing first
Yeah,
for as long as we are here. So yeah.
100%.
Absolutely, and I think one of the major decisions around that was kind of look at historic performance alongside the idea of expediting our migration plan, because SFLP requires like a lot of additional infrastructure. It has staking, and it kind of accrues USDC rewards, which needs to be isolated on the pool. So we had like a lot of to and fro in terms of how it's operated on the ER, because fees from all of the trading activity needs to be tracked and isolated real time. So it's like trading activity happening on the ER. Feeds needs to be isolated and be available for people to collect. It kind of has a dual impact. One is like obvious accounting commitment from ER to mainnet that we have now, and also the idea of this liquidity now being like locked up for payout. Like we have had people, or let's say like 10% of the current supply of USDC is just still locked up for people to come and collect the rewards, which is just like eating up from what's potentially available for traders to use. And that's been a bit of a thing with FLP. You're auto compounding, the liquidity kind of gets used, it's back in the pool. So like alongside all of those, like the decision was to make sure we are maximizing capital efficiency. But yes, again, like the whole idea of us having to retain it based on community's request is honored, and I think that's a good pushback. Like, yes, if people want the feature, which has been defining Flash's liquidity pools from day one,
Yeah.
yes, like we honor the merit of kind of retaining it, and that's what we're working towards. And for any technical folks out there, V4.0 brings out a bit of a challenge in terms of how these things are handled, and we saw a few feature gate activations. Um, uh, Account data mapping, and most recently we have had a few SIMDs going live, which did impact um, how we handle the delegation of our accounts between delegation program from Magic Blocks and our program on Mainnet. So SIMD 219 as well, which is like stricter ABI and runtime constraints, which kind of determines how account ownership changes. So we kind of had to incorporate those, and right now we kind of validate everything. And once the cluster upgrade comes in, a few things need to be reworked. So that was like adding on to the idea of okay, we deprecate a feature and then bring it back later on. But yeah, now as we stand, it's all going to be on day zero. So that's holding up a bit. And yeah, through the end of this week, we should have all of the things cleared out, and a final date for mainnet migration, or to have all of the liquidity moved um, to V2.
Nice. With V2, do you, I mean, you're, never mind. I was going to ask for a definitive timeline, but Anas hates that. So I'm not going to ask. I revert my question. And then what's the rapid listing mechanism from 0 to 1 pipeline?
Now that we have it,
I
it's
heard you say it in the chat this morning too. So
Absolutely. So now listings are lightning fast. We could go out and list an asset in under 5 minutes, given we have like all of the required infrastructure, which is Oracle's the number one dependency that we have, uh, or good quality Oracles. Shout out to Pith Pro in particular. Um, uh, for equities, we need 24 by 5 support, which is extended trading hours. So you have post market, overnight, and pre market, covering a comprehensive 24 by 5 schedule for RWAs, and then like commodities, forex, everything's covered on that list. So if you want a new market, we could potentially list it in under 5 minutes, given it kind of meets all of the criteria. And then what this brings us closer to is bring your own pools. The idea that we've had for quite some time, which kind of allows people to commit capital and bring up a new pool, list it, and allow traders to trade against. So yeah, permissionless listings as well down the road. This is the infra that's going to power all of it.
yeah, the bring your own pools. Oh, that's golden. By the way, I would love to expand on that, but maybe not right now. All right. What is coming? Migration of mainnet. That is all that means is V1 to V2.
Yeah.
So, and then moving on from that, because I think you guys just really covered that. That's kind of in the pipeline. That is literally all we've been focusing on. And of course, we're trying to get the UI of V2 so streamlined and polished that it will be that user experience that everybody really expects out of the Flash team. And then Seeker Campaign Part 2.
Yep.
That's more of a NOS thing.
Yep, that is one of our secret, activation systems that we are very confident about to attract more users towards Flashred, and we already see much more active usage from the Seeker community, and we really want to make sure we do attracts them much more and get them just to trade on Flashred, because this Flashred is Solana's leading perpetuals exchange, so the Solana's mobile needs to be like the users of Solana mobile needs to use more of Flashred. So that is the direction, and we would be incentivizing those users very well. And yep, waiting to get the full migration done so that we head on to our phase 3 expansion program, which includes the Seeker campaign and lot more interesting campaigns that we are planning and to execute on and get more people enjoy Flashred.
Yeah, the big thing for me with the Seeker phone is that they're obviously already Solana maxis, Solana native individuals. So with that, having Flashtrade in their pocket or Flashtrade app in their pocket, like they should, like they do, with the new revamp of V2, it's just going to make that experience even more seamless. And since we have kind of revamped a little bit of the onboarding process too, hope that all goes really well, because all the work being done for mobile will heavily benefit Seeker phone and kind of alleviate some of the earlier issues that people are having. So.
Yep, there was a lot of issues, sadly, which we never wanted to give that experience of, but sadly, due to a lot of upgrades that are being done from the Saga team, there was
a lot of issues around that. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It wasn't anything on our end. I've said that 100 times. I try to. We do get tickets on them, so it was just basically their major upgrade introduced some friction with the Seeker phone. We did figure out a fix. It was nothing that could be implemented on our side programmatically. It actually had to be done by the user. So it added that extra layer of frustration, but we walked as many people through it as we possibly could, as we do. So phase 3 of launch. What is phase 3 of launch? Oh,
yeah, basically we are in the phase 1 of the launch, and phase 3 is around the final launch, and there is bunch of activations and gonna happen around that to get more people to trade on Flashtrade. So yeah, just working to get the migration done as soon as possible. And even during the migration, we are very happy to see that beta in its own form is getting very good volumes, although it is fully gated. And the idea for this week is to get the beta out for people to trade, although their positions won't be migrated to the full migration, because beta is its own deployment, which is up for testing. So, but with real money, it's not definite testing. So that is the work that we're working on. And the most important part, as we can see, is the 24/7 markets. And this is very new for us, to be honest. And that is where it's taking its own time. But we are working in that direction to get 24/7 commodities such as crude oil, natural gas for people to trade.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that this deployment, or the big revelation for me is like this deployment, oddly, I'm just looking at the stats now, it has crazy amount of volumes for, we have increasingly more users on it as well. I mean, at the peak there, we had 70 users concurrently. So, and then what's even crazier is you go to the volumes and it's at what, 30 mil. So pretty insane for the absolute short period of time that it's been out. And we've had a lot of performance out of just that short time.
The most interesting part is we are improving it every day, both on the back end and the front end side. and uptime is phenomenal. There are no complaints around it, and there is very good stickiness to the product because new listings are happening every day. So yeah.
Yeah, wow. Look at that. Latency. Wow. Transaction confirmations. See, I don't know a lot of the stuff here though. The 10 millisecond transaction confirmation. That's crazy. Then you can see a lot of the like TPS and stuff like that, slot times,
Yep.
transaction confirmation, 50 milliseconds. So that's good.
Yep.
Wild. Absolutely wild. If you go to FStats, you can see a lot of that stuff. 24/7 markets are coming to Flash.
Yes.
Through a pretty novel mechanism too, no? Maybe Zaheib.
How am I audible?
Yep.
Yes.
I hear you.
Oh yeah, quite some stuff with oracles on that front. Um, and 24/7, we've had a lot of inbound on different providers offering different mechanisms on how we could power commodity trading, let's say, for to begin with over the weekend. And we've had great progress with a few teams, and we're looking forward to kind of having commodity supported 24/7 as a first, moving over to other assets as well. But then again, there's a lot of ambiguity in terms of uh, the design choices that we've got. Um, and as we see, most of the venues again come back to exchanges like even Hyperliquid, for instance, kind of leading the volume markers over the weekend, which kind of have a price band mechanism to prevent uh, uh, extreme volatility and like scam weeks, liquidating you before the markets could come back up. That is where we've had some efforts put in and to
Yeah.
make sure we have our own systems which are resilient against oracle manipulation from single sources. And we'll be having a comprehensive 24/7 markets, starting off with commodities and expanding to all other asset classes like equities in the near future. Again, which is quite a tricky thing given we are an exclusively Oracle dependent exchange. We do not have a price discovery mechanism yet. And that's the other part of the potential solutions that we have down the lane.
So, what about funding mechanism?
I think that's where
I'm just messing with you. You don't have to answer that. I have to at least tease you about it once every week.
migration
You have
first.
the same answer every week, so I just wanted to poke fun.
Absolutely, and good progress on that with slashing of margin fees,
Yeah.
which kind of gets you very close to the ideal structure of how the limits would be for funding to be applicable across all of your positions. And again, it would be interesting for us to also kind of assess the impact on the LP side, where the overall APRs for SFLP holders also kind of see an impact. And the idea is to kind of have better OI balance, kind of compensating for it. So
Yeah.
it's an active, ongoing effort. And yeah, potentially once we're done with the migration, we move fast towards having funding, and everything being on Magic Blocks would help immensely.
Yeah, I think obviously longs paying short, shorts paying longs is a big deal. Particularly odd. I have no idea. I mean, Zaheib would know way better than me, but I don't know of any pool to peer model that does that. I don't think so. So it'd be a completely novel concept when it came to that, like having that deployed on chain. So I don't know. should definitely change the game when it comes to open interest on flash trade. Because if you're aware, if you're following fstats, or if you've seen some kind of our OI through our Dune dashboard, you can tell what the state of the market is by whether we have a bunch of short open interest or long open interest. So it's kind of funny. You can see what direction just from that on our analytics platforms, but that should do a lot of help with open interest for sure. And wrapping up here, anything that you wanted to leave everybody with for the week?
Yep. The margin fees, as we discussed, has been slashed by a significant margin, and people can now hold their positions over a long period of time without paying, much longer without paying much in fees. So yeah, go ahead and try it out. And if you have any questions, you can come and ask on Discord, or you can open a ticket right from the UI, and yeah, we'll be there to answer your questions.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the key things that actually was just brought up to me too, so I wanted to bring it up to the community, is something pretty cool on fstats. If I can just find it, there we go. So you can actually go to the custodies page, and then we can get down to like the SOL, and you can actually see right here the funding mechanism for the specific market. So interesting. I did not know this, admittedly. I'm guilty. And so you can go through. So you've got crypto market here, governance, and you can see each one has their own little deployment of this margin fee. Sorry. So this is the borrow rate curve, not funding mechanism. But yeah. Yep. So just wanted to share that with you. And then I wanted to share one more thing, is the new V2 deployment. It does look like if you have access to V2, we have Tron and ADA. Where'd ADA go? Is it already being traded? Am I dumb? Oh, there it is. See, this is why I never trade Cardano. But there is ADA that is available. Those are two new listings for V2. So if you do have access, go ahead and jump in there. Oh man, I didn't share the screen. I'm retarded. There we go. So if you do have access, V2 does actually have ADA and Tron. And then I'll switch back here. Share the screen. I'm retarded. I apologize, guys. I'm one of those stupid people. The cool curve, you can go to custodies here. You can go to Crypto One or whatever market you want, and you can see this really cool borrow rate curve. So if you wanted to check that out yourself, that is available on fstats.io. All right. And I think that's it, guys, unless you wanted to add anything, Zaheib.
Not much. Keep an eye out. And yeah, I think we do have some codes for V2. So yeah. Keeping janitor for access if you haven't got it already.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out to me on X, or if you are in our Discord, which you should be. I have no idea what you're doing. Get in there. You can reach out to me on Discord, tag me. I'm going to throw actually Panda under the bus, or you could throw tag Panda, and we can get you on V2. So if you do not have access to V2 beta, we'd love to get you in there as an alpha tester. Just keep in mind, as Anas stated, the positions will not carry over once we actually do make that full migration. We'll be putting out notifications and allowing, you will be notified before that does happen. So don't worry about that. But other than that, guys, I'm going to bid you adieu, and we will see you next week.
For sure.
The community will see you next week, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you in just maybe 30 minutes. But talk soon. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another Flash Hour. As you can see, V2 is really killing it across the board. It's getting the team extremely excited. Margin fees are slashed in a big, big, big way. So this is, with all the data that we have, the more confident we are in these decisions that we're making, like slashing the margin fees. We've got 2 years worth of that data. So it makes us extremely confident in the decisions that we are making for flash trade. So try out if you are taking a larger position or a longer term, outlook intraday. So if you have maybe that is how you trade. You trade from Monday to Friday, and you kind of just trade from Monday open to Friday close, and you kind of wash your hands of the weekends, which is maybe not a terrible idea if you're a longer term trader. Now that kind of bottleneck there that maybe kept you away from flash trade for those longer trades is now alleviated with these cuts that are coming to both V1 and V2. It's live on V1. I believe it's live now on V2 also. So, and of course, you can check out F Stats. We'll be coming out with a post here shortly to kind of demonstrate and directly show exactly how much it has been cut, so that way you can see we really have made a significant leap forward in making sure we are the #1 place to trade on Solana, or in the Solana ecosystem. A lot of the projects that are integrated with us also will be very happy, as they also will benefit from this cut that just happened with margin fees. If you do not have access to V2 beta, reach out to Mighty Mags, and we'll be more than happy to get that, or get you access and get you in there and trading to see exactly what that's all about. No transaction fees, no confirmation pop-ups. Trading on the charts is absolutely seamless. You have so many markets available to you, obviously not today because of Memorial Day, but can't control that. But all the other markets are open and available to you, or whatever is open on a US holiday. And there are tons. And we're looking to list as many as possible. So more are rolling out every single day. And now that we have that cool rollout plan or rollout policy, I'm not sure what we're calling it there, but the rapid listing mechanism from 0 to 1 pipeline, we are going to be able to list even more. And that is, as Zaheib said, a kind of the next step towards those self-hosted pools. That will be pretty cool also for down the line. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as my dogs freak out. And I will catch you in the markets.